Hey there, everyone. Welcome into the Ben Maynard program. Thanks for being here. Before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. As you know, this podcast is available everywhere that podcasts are streaming. So just simply choose your favorite streaming platform and go with it. Yeah, we're everywhere. The show is everywhere. Um, And you know what? If you're listening on the various platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, so on and so on, leave a comment. Leave a comment. So I think they allow you to send an email or a comment, whatever. All I know is I do get notified when you do that. So appreciate it if you would. Okay. Next, if you cannot resist this right here, and you're watching on YouTube, then thanks a lot. I appreciate you watching on YouTube. But one thing you need to do is subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment because I like your comments. I read them and I reply to them. So thank you for that. Last but not least, follow me on Instagram, simply Ben Maynard Program, all one word. So, with that, there are plenty of ways to take in this show for your dancing and listening pleasure. And with that, it is Friday night. We are live. It is date night with the Ben Maynard program. And I'm not sure what to expect tonight in the way of viewership or anything along those lines because there's some kind of big event tonight. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going to duke it out in Dallas at AT&T Stadium. And let's see. You know what? I don't know what time that goes on, but I would imagine that they got to be pretty close to fight time right now because Dallas is 2 hours ahead. So, yeah, viewership might be down tonight. We'll see about that. Let's do this here really quick. Yeah, let's do that one. That's the one we want. Yeah, let's put the call into the program banner. Yeah, and then let's put the comments up. Got that. Let me make sure that the ringer's off on my cell phone, and it is. So happy Friday to everyone. Yeah. We're going to have all the regular stuff, provided that we have some audience participation this evening. So the regular stuff, the Malort Challenge, which just means you have to call into the program. You call into the program, and I have to take a drink of this beautiful stuff right here. Okay? And I've got my Mr. Spock shot glass. Yeah. And it will never be washed again as long as this podcast is in existence. The Mr. Spock shot glass will stay unwashed. So the Malort Challenge. Then also Stump the Chump. That is where you call in with your music trivia. If you stump me, then again, I've got to take a drink of this beautiful Malort right here. It's not a drunk show. It's not a drinking show. I'm not a big drinker. It's just a little something to try to entice a little engagement from the audience. Back in radio still exists. Back in the old days, and then probably to a certain extent, it still goes on now. Radio shows or jocks would entice the audience to do certain things to get them to engage. There would be something in it for them at the end. So that's all this is. Something in it is what's in it for you is I have to take a drink of this nasty stuff right here. And of course, if I consume enough of it, well, then you never know how I'm going to wake up the next day. Although I don't remember ever having a hangover. No. I remember waking up not so well the next morning, but that was for a different reason. I remember being at a party one time And as you know, I like my tequila, so I generally would take several bottles of tequila and just share amongst the party goers. And I'm also, I don't think I've shared this at all. I'm also a migraine headache sufferer. Okay. And so when I get them, I have my medication that I take. And I remember being at this one particular party, have my tequila out and everything. And I started getting a migraine. And I thought, oh, this is beautiful. Well, I always make sure I have my meds with me. So I had gone out to my truck. I took my meds. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't say a word to anyone about it. Went and took my meds, came back to the party, and just, proceeded to carry on and enjoy the evening. And then I would say probably no more than 30 minutes after taking my meds, started drinking, you know. And I remember it was probably about midnight. And I remember at this party, it was a big inflatable boxing ring. Oh, it was great too. The big, old, huge, giant boxing gloves that you put on and get in there and start slugging it out. But there was this big, giant inflatable boxing ring, the blow ups. And so I was sitting on it and just kind of just taking everything in. But I remember I was feeling more than a buzz. And the next thing I remember was two people grabbing me, one on each side under my arms and saying, "Come on, we got to go." And I had passed out. So they put me in the truck. Of course, I didn't drive. And I remember getting home, and I remember sitting in the passenger seat of my truck and waking up, and the passenger door is open, so the interior light is on. And I remember getting out, and I tried to walk. I think I took one or two steps and said, this isn't going to work. I got down on my hands and knees and I crawled in through the front door. I remember hitting the door handle with my hand. Crawled into the house. Crawled all the way down the hallway into the bathroom downstairs and yacked right in the toilet, just like that. My dog, one of my dogs at the time, my husky, his name's Bo. He comes over and he's trying to, get nosy and try to make me feel good and that kind of thing. And I don't remember much after that, but I do remember waking up and I was curled up on the mat on the floor of the bathroom, and Bo was curled up right next to me. There's my buddy right there, sleeping right next to me. So I was able to look at my watch, and I was able to get up. And this is, like I said, this is probably 4 or 5 hours later. Come on, Bo, let's go upstairs. Let's go to bed. Crawled into bed, passed back out, and that was it. Well, it wasn't. I remember the next day. That's right. The next day was my grandson's birthday. Now I remember. Yeah, it was my grandson's birthday. So we had gone to. It was we'd gone to the house for a party. I remember wearing my shades inside all day. I didn't get sick anymore. I didn't have a headache or anything. I just felt totally off. And it wasn't until I still felt bad the following day, which was Monday. I'm back at work. I was feeling horrible. And I remember I was trying to think, why was I so bad? And I couldn't think of it. Why? What? I didn't even really drink that much. What was going on? Why would I pass out? It was really puzzling to me because it had never happened before. And it's never happened since either. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. light bulb went off. So then I go and I look at the bottle. I look at the prescription bottle for my migraine meds, and it says, do not take with alcohol. And I thought, oh, there it is right there. There it is. So I never did that one again. But yeah, live and learn. Never drink when you're taking your migraine medication. So yeah. Anyway, back to Malort. That was a long road to hoe, wasn't it, to get all the way back to Malort and drinking. It's not a drinking show. Okay. Oh, I do remember the one time I passed out. I think that was like back in July, whenever Brother Jim and Catherine and who else kept bombarding me with all kinds of just the most obscure rock trivia. Yeah, I remember that. And I had 9 shots in an hour of this Malort. And I remember within 10 minutes after the show, I when I hit stop on the record, I went back. I didn't even post the show or anything. I hit stop. I walked into my bedroom and just collapsed in the bed. But I paid for it. I'm still actually paying for it because I don't know what happened. I must have slept wrong or something. And when I had got up the next morning, I mean, I could barely move my head. I must have just slept really crazy. But and like I said, I'm still paying for it, and it's now November. But it's slowly working itself out. I go to the chiropractor; they start cranking on it as well, and it's getting there. But anyway, so call in if you want to see me take a shot of Malort. Okay. So I want to recap the shows that we did last week. Last weekend, I kicked off what I called Veterans Day weekend. I kicked it off with a Friday Night Live, and we talked about Veterans Day and celebrating our veterans, that kind of thing. And then on Saturday, I had Ronnie Geyer in here, Vietnam veteran who served under Hal Moore, the character portrayed by Mel Gibson, and We Were Soldiers. And what a great conversation. Just a great conversation and a great episode. Yeah, if I do say so myself, I think that I bring some good content here. It may not be the most sophisticated as far as, or the most technologically sound, the most sophisticated as far as music and graphics and all that kind of stuff. I don't get into any of that. Maybe one of these days, who knows? Who knows? But I know I bring some good content. And Ronnie, that was a great episode. Ronnie was a really good guest. And if you watched it, you saw we had a lot of stuff that we were showing the audience, from newspaper clippings to the movie poster that he had was given to him by, I think it was by the screenwriter, for We Were Soldiers. Just his Purple Heart, all kinds of other stuff. He brought so much stuff that, I mean, you can't see it because off camera, but we had stuff everywhere in the studio here, and it was great. And of course, we couldn't get through all of it. We went almost an hour and 40 minutes, and we probably touched on half the stuff. And Ronnie's a great storyteller. So if you saw the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And if you didn't, go back and watch it. That's the beauty in all this stuff, whether it's live or not. It's out here in, what do we call it? It's out here in podcast land, and you'll be able to see it forever. But that was really good. We will probably do another show with Ronnie coming up in the future sometime. Who knows? We don't have to have a theme behind it. He just has great stories, and he has a lot of stuff to share visually as well. So just good stuff, and such a nice man, just a great man. And then Sunday, Sunday, I had my conversation with Larry Reedy, and Larry's a fellow podcaster. He's an Army vet. Let me put this over here. Yeah, I just want to get that out of the way. Larry Reedy's a fellow podcaster. Like I said, he's an Army vet. He's authored 2 books. Why do I say authored? Why couldn't I just say he's written 2 books? I don't know. The first one being My Quest for Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness. That's the one I'm currently reading. Good stuff. That's basically his autobiography. And then he is into guns. So the second one is called Batesville Shooter and Friends. And it's just him and his buddies reviewing all sorts of different firearms. So good stuff. As a matter of fact, speaking of Larry, his episode was great too. Now, of course, we kind of did it old school. Larry lives in Indiana, and the bad part is, I could have streamed him in, but he was concerned about his Wi-Fi signal. He lives on 41 acres out in Batesville. So he says, the cell signal comes in pretty good because they have the cell towers around, but Wi-Fi can be real spotty. And in order to stream, in order to do the video stream, you have to have a really strong Wi-Fi signal. So that's why we did it old school and did it over the phone. I know Larry was worried about him sounding a little garbled. I haven't really listened to the entire episode, so I couldn't tell you. Here's the fun part. So as I said, Larry's a fellow podcaster, and his podcast is called Larry Reedy's America. It's Reedy, R-E-I-D-Y. So Larry Reedy's America. Just look it up. Boom. Good stuff. Okay. But he recorded the opening for his show, or his podcast, prior to us going on the air. And then as soon as I started recording, he had it on pause. He started recording once again. So he recorded our episode as well. Now he comes in great on his side because he's talking through his equipment. And I sound like I'm coming through a telephone, just like he did on mine. But it was just good stuff. I mean, he thought enough of me, and he thought enough of what we were doing in regards to Veterans Day to where he would make it an episode of his own. And I really appreciate that. Larry is just a wonderful guy. We had a great conversation. And Larry doesn't travel, not by air anyway. He doesn't travel anymore. He's going to be 86 in January. So I can't wait. I got to make my way back to go see Larry because, of course, being 86, he probably has fewer years ahead of him than he has behind him. So I want to go catch Larry and spend some time with him before too long. So that was really, really good. And I'll tell you this too. Both of those episodes are doing very well. Ronnie's is doing really well here on YouTube. Ronnie's episode is doing outstanding on the streaming platforms. I'll say this now. It is my number 1 downloaded episode on the streaming platforms. Yeah. So, and then Larry's is, at the last time I checked, it was tied for second. So both of those episodes, both of those conversations are really, really good. They're really worth your time. Just check them out. Check them out because it's good stuff. Great guys, great stories, smart guys, and very articulate as well. And, being that they're both in their 80s, you got to cherish that stuff. So, just good. Just go check it out. All right. And then while you're checking it out, tell all your friends. Tell 10,000 people, because I know you don't have 10,000 friends, but you can tell 10,000 people. But tell all your friends plus 10,000 people. And when it comes to subscribing, I know I ask you to subscribe to the channel when you're watching on YouTube. Look, I don't even care if you watch the show, just subscribe. I did get a small bump last week or earlier this week. I got a small bump in subscribers, which was really nice to see coming off of the Veterans Day episodes. So it was good to see that. Good to see some engagement from people, and I hope they'll come back and continue to watch or listen. But just subscribe to the channel. I think I'm going to try to start a campaign next year. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But it'd be nice if I could get up to like 500 subscribers. Wow, I think it might be lofty though. It might be lofty, but it depends on how I handle it. Maybe I'll have to give everybody $1 or something. I don't know. I'll autograph it. I'll autograph a $1 bill and send it out to everybody who subscribes. That's it. Yeah, okay. Who knows? Then I'd get 10,000 subscribers. Forget it. I have to take a loan out. That would not be good because I know that you people would do that. I know that's exactly what you would do. But yeah, so look, just subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends. Just subscribe. That's it. I know I've said it before. If my family and my friends subscribed to this channel, whether they watched the podcast, whether they listened to it or not, but if all my family and friends subscribe to this podcast, I would probably have 250 subscribers. And I don't. I'm not close. I'm about half that many right now. But I don't know. They see my posts on Facebook whenever I post a show or a Friday Night Live or whatever it is, and they like everything. They like. But they don't watch or comment. They don't subscribe. I find that funny. I don't know what more subscribers would do. I'm not sure other than like pump me up. It's certainly not going to make me any money, but that's okay. I'm not in it for money. I'm in it to please you. No, I'm in it to please me. I'm in it to entertain you. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. So you know what today is besides Friday and date night with me? Today is what? Today's November 15th. And I saw this. It's National Drummer Day. And if I remember correctly, if you have to go way back, maybe like to the second episode. And I think I recorded a show on National Drummer Day. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's also National Recycling Day. Oh, this is the best one, though. This is the best. It's National Bunt Day. Everybody likes bunt cakes, right? It's National Bunt Day. Oh, you gotta love it. I have a nothing bunt cakes less than a mile from the house. Wait, oh no, they close. I think they close at 7. Could have headed over there, grabbed a bunt cake, and brought it back, eating it on the air. I should have planned better. Nuts. I mean, because when it was National Donut Day or whatever, Matt was here. That's right. We had Matt in studio that night, and we were celebrating with donuts. I have to do some better show prep. What's the matter with me? I don't know. Anyway, so I have people are gonna trip out. Where is it? Oh yeah. Okay, so you people are gonna trip. I'm going to give you a little peek behind the curtain here. So if you listen really closely to this show, you don't have to watch it. You just have to listen. But if you listen really closely to this show over the last year, you might hear at times when I'm speaking that it would seem as though I would have a lisp or something along those lines whenever I would say something with an S. Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this, but I don't care. I don't care. It's no big deal. All right. So, oh gosh, I think it was a year last August. So, it's been over a year now. What, like 15 months? Something like that. I had some dental work done. I had a bridge removed in my mouth. It was on the right side on the top. I had a bridge taken out. And actually they like cut it out. But nonetheless, I had a bridge removed, and they gave me it's called a stay plate, or you might call it a partial. I had the thingamajig, the bridge, removed because it needed to be taken out, and I was going to have implants put in. That was the plan, just have implants. Well, little did I know, implants are a big old process. Really, it's a long drawn out process. And so the bridge was removed. This was actually before I started the podcast, because I didn't start it till October of last year. So this was a couple of months, I don't know, 3 months prior to that. And so I had it bridge removed. They took all the stuff to do the implants, but they also gave me this stay plate. So this is what I was wearing for a year. I was wearing this in my mouth. It has teeth on it. Yeah. Wait. Hold it. Let me zoom in and be real gross. Oh, that's about as good as we're going to get. See, there it is right there. Well, try talking. Let me zoom out. Yeah. That's better. You can't see how red my eyes are. I've been up since 1:30 this morning. Try talking with that in your mouth. Yeah, and then try eating with it in your mouth too. So I had to wear that for a whole year, because what happens is they take everything out, then they cut your gum open, of course, and then they put in bone graft. Then you have to wait, like, I don't know, I think it's like 3 months or 4 months. Then you go back to the dentist and they take an x-ray. So, oh, is the bone graft, did it take? Yeah, is it good? Yeah, all right, it's solid now. Okay, good. Then they go in, then they put in like some anchors, and then they have to wait for that to heal and to take and all that stuff. So that's like another 3 or 4 months. And it's just on and on and on. It's like, oh, come on now. I don't know how those, you see ads on television for dentist, some dentistry or whatever. And there's someone, and they've got like 4 teeth in their entire mouth. They're all smiling big and bright. Well, I shouldn't say bright, but big anyway. And they're showing you the whole 4 teeth they have in their mouth, and they're saying, oh yeah, same day. And then they've got a full set of teeth. And the guy's like, oh yeah, I can eat an apple, and I can do this, and I can blah, blah, blah. I know it's supposed to be implants. I'm thinking, well, how is that supposed to work in one day? It didn't work in one day for me. But anyway, I don't know. So I thought I would share that because last Saturday, it was last Saturday that I finally had my implants put in, and so now I have real teeth in that spot again, and it feels so good because now I can actually talk properly and say things and not sound so stupid. Yeah. Anyway, so if that grossed you out, good. If it didn't, well, okay, great. Then we're on the same team. So, yeah, so it was National Drummer Day, National Bunt Day. Oh, Recycling Day. So, well, I won't be celebrating Recycling Day today. I'll be celebrating it tomorrow. I'll take the recycles tomorrow to the recycling place and get my, I don't know, $10 or whatever it is, $11. That's okay. It's all good. So here's what's on the docket for tomorrow, for this weekend, really. This is awesome. Tonight starts a 4-day weekend for me. I am off on Monday and Tuesday. I am loving it. Loving it. It's going to be great. And tomorrow is going to be really cool too, because Catherine and I are going to West Hollywood to the Whiskey A Go-Go. We're going to see one of my all-time favorite artists, and an artist that Catherine has really come to enjoy and really digs, and it's Aldo Nova. So it was 1 year ago, on the 10th. Yeah, on the 10th. So this past Sunday, it was 1 year ago when Catherine and I went to Vegas to see Aldo. And we're doing it again 1 year later. Now, I think he's in Vegas tonight. I think he was back at the Golden Nugget where we saw him last year. I think he was back there tonight playing, and we were actually going to go, but then this show at the Whiskey popped up, and we said, well, let's just drive to West Hollywood to go to the show instead of fly to Vegas. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Been looking so forward to it, and can't wait. I wish I had him on the podcast. I wanted to get him on prior to this run of tour dates that he's out on. I don't remember if I told you, but if I did, well, then you're going to listen to it again. But I had reached out to his manager. Oh, this had to be back in July. And I called him, talked to him on the phone, told him what I wanted to do, I just wanted to get Aldo on the podcast. And he says, hey, there's an email on the website, right? Yep. He says, okay, send me an email. Email me to that email address right there. So I did. Never heard anything. So thank you for that. And I don't know if you're aware, but Aldo personally runs his own Facebook, does it all himself. And I have sent messages, and I don't know, maybe Aldo just doesn't want to come on the Ben Maynard program. Maybe that's what it is. And if it is, nuts. But it's not going to stop me from loving his music. It's not going to stop me from digging him. So just looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time tomorrow. The only problem that I see, and I've had this experience before with some club shows. You go to a club show, and you'll see there'll be like 5 bands on the bill, and show starts at 7:00, and the artist that you want to see, the headliner, doesn't, ends up not going on till like 11:30, midnight, something along those lines. Gosh, I hope it's not like that tomorrow. I know there are more bands on the bill, more opening bands, but no, because I told Catherine, I said, I am not getting there when the doors open. We actually got a table. So we'll be sitting at a table. So we have reserved seats. And I told her, I said, no, we're not getting there when the show starts. It's not going to happen. I said, because I'm just not going to sit through a bunch of local bands that I know I'm going to hate their music so that I can see Aldo. If it was a name band that I knew, and it's nothing against no name bands, but I've been to the club shows enough to know that most of those opening bands, they're local acts for the most part, almost exclusively. And they're not my thing. They're just not. So anyway, all right, enough of that. But that's what's happening tomorrow. Aldo Nova tomorrow night. It's going to be great. It's going to be so good. And you know what? I'll come back next week and give you a review on it. But what else is going on? So like I said, a 4-day weekend. And then what comes up the following week? Then I've got the following week. Oh, on the 23rd. That's right. Saturday, the 23rd, a week from tomorrow. I'm recording 2 shows. I've got 2 guests coming on, and I'll do one in the morning, and then I'll probably record the other one in the afternoon. So get that done. 2 shows for you, and it's going to be fun. I'm so looking forward to it, and I can't wait. Oh. Let me back up a little bit. This was great. This is a lot of this. I really appreciate it. And this is kind of, I guess, what this podcast does. Podcasting, not this particular podcast, just podcasting in general and social media, and just kind of making friends through this particular podcast. Pepper Ann, as you know, Pepper Ann, who's an author, she wait, where's her book? Where's her? Where is it? There it is. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to plug it. Okay, wait. I got a stack of books here. All right. I may as well plug it since I'm going to talk about her. Yeah, she wrote this book, The Notorious Texas Swindler. Yeah. And she was a guest on the program back in, I think it was June, something like that. Very, very sweet lady. The reason why I'm talking about her is she's obviously a friend of the program. She is a friend of Larry Reedy as well, friend of his program. And she took his podcast and she posted it. She shared it to her Facebook page. And then she commented and she'd said something like, my 2 favorite podcasters, Ben Maynard and Larry Reedy, blah, blah, blah. And, so she says, I can't wait to listen to the episode. So it was just nice that she did that. She didn't have to do that at all. She could listen to it on her own time and not say anything, not post anything. But she did. She did that. And that was just very nice. And that's just good stuff. And of course, if she's going to plug this podcast, well, we're going to plug her book too. That's right. The Notorious Texas Swindler. It's what it is. It's a true crime story. Yeah, it's a true crime story. And it was actually it's about somebody in her family. So good stuff. I thought that was cool. I saw a comment on that this afternoon. And I thought, well, let me talk about it. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put these books. Hold on. I guess I could just reach back and put them on the shelf, but that's all right. I don't want to be off mic that long. You'll miss me. And I'll miss you. So really, that's kind of it. Not a whole lot going on. We're coming up on, the holidays. Holiday season for me really has already started. I think holiday season for me starts at Halloween. I really do. Halloween's a great holiday. It's a ton of fun. And I think that's when the holiday season begins for me. So now we're coming up on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is going to be on the 28th. That's our daughter-in-law's birthday. But the day before, it's Catherine's birthday. Don't forget that. You want to say happy birthday to her? Yeah. So, so we're coming up on Thanksgiving, and I don't know about you guys, but Catherine and I usually do the whole spread for her side of the family, and we'll do all the cooking and have everybody over here. It's just I don't know. I guess it's just easier that way. So that way we're not waiting on somebody to bring the the sweet potatoes or green bean casserole or something like that. We're not waiting and waiting and waiting, and dinner's at 3 or 4, and they show up at 5 with the green bean casserole. It's just not going to work. So if we do it all and we're ready to go at 3:00, boom, dinner's at 3. That's it. And of course, yeah, it's pretty early for us around here, just because of work for me, because I'll have to turn around and go to work the next day. I'm going to take a sip of water, okay? All right. So I don't know whatever your plans are coming up for Thanksgiving, but I certainly hope they're good ones and you guys all enjoy and just love the people around you. That's for sure. Yeah, I think really that's kind of it. I don't want to just talk just to talk. I've already done enough of that. I do it all day long anyway. And then I get on mic here. No, it's just not going to happen. But we'll leave it at that. I've already told you what's coming up next week, so that's a good thing. Just be ready for it. Next Saturday, that's when I'll record those 2 shows. And I don't know if we'll do a Friday night live next week. I'm not sure. We might, because like I said, I want to give you a review of the Aldo Nova show. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll just or I'll just record it on Friday or whatever. Wait a second. I can record it Monday or Tuesday. I don't work. That's right. I have a 4-day weekend. Yes, hallelujah. You know what's really cool about that is after Thanksgiving, I'm off for 3 weeks. I'm off right up to Christmas. That's awesome. I can't wait. And what I'm really hoping to do is during that time, during those 3 weeks there, is I'm hoping to deliver you some I'm trying to get as much content to you guys as possible, because I won't have work getting in the way of things. So I'm going through and getting show ideas together, and I have to write it all out. So, but we'll get it done. I'm hoping that it's not going to just be one show a week during those 3 weeks. I'm hoping I'll get as many as 2, 3 shows per week while I am off. I mean, why not, right? So as long as I get the stuff written, it'll be good. It'll be good. I've got some cool ideas coming up, and maybe even a couple of guests as well. So anyhow, look, enough is enough. All right. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for listening. Yeah, thanks for looking at those stupid teeth too. Yeah. I don't know. Is that gross? I don't know. Is it? I'm not sure. If it is, tell me. If it is. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm going to make that a prize. Maybe we'll auction it off on the show and give the money to charity. Yeah, give the money to charity. I think maybe we'll do that. Auction it off. Ben Stay Plate. Yeah, to the highest bidder. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that on one Friday Night Live. See if we can drum up a whole $10 or something like that, Give it to St. Jude's. That's what I would do. I would give it to St. Jude's so they could use it towards their cancer research. Yep. Anyways, all right. With that, we're done. As you know, this program is available wherever you get your podcasts. Okay. It's on all the streaming platforms. Just search the Ben Maynard program and you'll see a bazillion different platforms to choose from. Okay. Oh, darn it. I'm getting a comment here. Darren, I'm trying to close the show. You're going to make me close the show all over again too. Tyson or Paul, I don't know. I've never a huge Tyson fan. I was always an Evander Holyfield fan. However, as Mike has grown, has gotten older, he's kind of grown on me a little bit. And, I have a television in the studio, and I went to put on Netflix on this television because it doesn't have anything else. It's got just like 4 apps on it, and it doesn't take Netflix anymore. I don't know why. It gave me this message. This whatever it said, didn't say TV, but this device, that's what it said. This device no longer supports this app or something like that. I was like, what? So I don't know. I guess it'd be cool if Iron Mike was able to beat Jake Paul, but I don't know. You're talking a 30-year age difference too. That would be like, that's like me going up against, a 29-year-old and, who has the same amount of training as I do. I don't know, but, so we'll see. Oh, and you just got home from Disneyland. All right. Well, why is that your bad? It's not your bad. You went to Disneyland. You had a good time. It's all good. No. So yeah, there. I was going to have it on while we were doing the show. Just couldn't do it. It wouldn't let me watch it. So anyway, all right. Now we're going to close it out. What are you saying now? I am. Darren says that I am the picture of health. And he's right. He's right. POH, picture of health. Yes, he's absolutely correct. So thank you for that. I'm glad that you recognize that, Big Daddy. All right. So I'm done now. Oh. Every time I try to finish up. Great show. Love you. We are out. Great show. Well, you didn't see most of it. I don't know if it was so great, but thank you very much. All right. And with that, again, all the streaming platforms, okay? If you're watching on YouTube and that's just you're watching because you just love all this, then please subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I love the comments. Last but not least, follow me on Instagram. I think I have 11 followers on Instagram. Come on. Follow me on Instagram. All right. Simply Ben Maynard Program. All right. So we're done. Thanks for being here. Okay. I will see you guys down the road. This is the Ben Maynard Program. Tell all your friends. Okay. Not just one. Tell them all.